Episode 8.
Episode 8.
Oh, do you know what? The headphones is a great touch.
You really like them, don't
It's
you?
so nice.
I find if I put headphones on, and this is like if I'm playing PlayStation with somebody, or things like that, I can't hear myself because of the headphones.
Right.
So I get louder. And my parents have in the past been very annoyed at me for getting very loud playing games.
But that's not the same as this because I can really hear myself right now.
True, because you're getting the feedback straight to your head.
Yeah.
But I get loud.
Do you know what else I can hear?
Go on.
It's lint roller.
Lent roller.
Lint roller?
Lent roller.
Well, what is lint?
Fair point. I think it's just the little bits.
Little bits. So the name of little bits is lint.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The master chocolate.
I'm going to do this, and I don't want you to speak for a second because I think this sounds great. This is the sound, this is for the audio listeners, of a lint roller on a microphone. ASMR, eat your heart out. Nearly said something else then. Oh, mate, that's nice. How did you tell me last week that's not nice?
I'm not a fan of that.
Let us know in the comments if you're a fan of this, because me personally... Oh. Shit, damn.
I'm glad I don't have headphones on.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's really about being gentle. Before you were like...
Don't get me wrong, I'm all here for ASMR. If you've not listened to 10 ASMR triggers to help you fall asleep, you're doing it wrong.
I feel like also maybe I'm wearing the headphones to cover the haircut. I'm going to take them off.
We both had a haircut since we last spoke.
You had a haircut. I had a difference in
He had
personality.
a butcher.
Yeah.
I
can't even see what.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it looks terrible on camera.
I don't think it looks terrible. I don't hate it. What do you mean? I never said it was terrible. I
didn't say it.
You said I looked like a thumb when I sent you a picture.
Okay, I said.
I should have screenshotted it.
Firstly, good podcast content, and I did take a picture of me with my thumbs up
and put a little face on it.
Yes, a little beard and minimal hair.
Yeah, I did notice that bit.
But you can grow facial hair.
I can grow facial
hair.
We
were in the car, for me picking Carl up to drive here, just trying to figure out why can't I grow any.
And I was trying to advise you on how to get that process started, but then you told me that you don't have any chest. Are you okay with them knowing this?
I'm 22 years old. I feel like those changes that I read about in that book in year 8 should have started by now, but I am still waiting.
Those changes I read about. Oh wait, come on, some of them happen though. You got hairs on your...
I mean, my voice dropped.
Your voice did drop.
But as we've discussed in a previous episode, maybe I was depressing that larynx a little bit. Maybe I was trying to make it a little bit deeper than it actually was.
But your voice is reasonably deep.
I think I am comfortable with my voice.
What things did none of the things in the book happen?
Carl, we're not discussing this now.
Some of the things in the book.
There are some things that are only for a man and his doctor.
Okay.
Not that I've spoken. Oh.
Have you spoken to a doctor about this?
No.
Are you the hairless boy? That joke. So you did that for a laugh.
I did.
So your mum, you were saying about when you were loud on the mic.
You
were saying you're going to say something about your mum coming in or something.
Oh, the amount of times my mum has come in, and you do the impression better than me, but it's the Cameron. Turn that off now.
That's a much better impression of how she actually sounds.
But
my impression is, I've told you this,
right.
My impression of your mum is not your mum. It's me trying to protect her identity.
It's a voice changer. They've done some modulation.
Yeah, I mean...
Cameron, why you playing Xbox at this time of the night? It's nearly 11:30 and I can hear you screaming on Minecraft with your pussy old friends.
Oh, she wouldn't say something like that.
She wouldn't call you that.
I never played Minecraft with you, mate.
Yes, you did. You showed me a world in lockdown once.
I did.
I had a great lockdown world in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Have I showed you it?
You haven't, but you've told me about it and the logbook.
Oh my word, the log. So,
did anyone else play Minecraft during lockdown? I feel like it was a universal experience.
We have to have. Yeah, like it was. I made a Minecraft world with my friends. I don't think you ever joined it.
No.
Says a lot, but
no, I did.
Did you?
Once for a brief moment.
Okay.
Yep. we'll talk about it after the pod. I think there was. Did one of your friends build something they shouldn't have built?
Oh, there has been plenty of things built in that world that were subsequently destroyed. But what I did at the end of every day was I ordered a keyboard and mouse on Amazon, plugged it into my PlayStation, and I wrote a book in Minecraft about what had happened that day. Not as if it was like a Dear Diary sort of thing, but as if it was a historian documenting firsthand what had actually gone down in the world. I made maps, and then you can lock the maps where they don't change with the passage of time, what happens in the world. And I really delved into documenting the lockdown experience. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
but
adorable.
I made a library, a big library, to put all of that information in. So now I have a time capsule of March to May 2020.
See, that's a very sweet experience of lockdown Minecraft for you. My mates we just all got drunk and fished. We literally we built a massive world, and I'd come on at 1 o'clock in the morning. My mate who ran the world would be a few beers deep on his own.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oi, mate, do you know what you can get from fishing?" I'd be like, "What?" I'd come over to his house. He's built a lake next to his house. He destroyed one of our mates' houses for space for his lake, and he didn't want to use the source of water nearby. He was like, "No, I want a specific spot for it so he can get it from his bedroom."
Right.
He was fishing out of his bedroom window. He literally had a little balcony next to his bed and his chests, and he was fishing for books.
Oh yeah, those enchanting books are insane.
Right, he had like
They're class.
He had a Luck of the Sea something 5, I think it was the limit.
No idea.
Mate, the stuff he was getting with his rod. He found a small family of 4, like a Game Boy SP Advance.
3 months PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of things that have gone missing over the years, and I nearly said the name of that. I can't remember what that plane was called that went missing, but that's
MH370.
Yeah, he probably would have pulled that one out of the water if he had the right wad. What? Had the right wad.
We had the right wad.
But Minecraft during lockdown was a special thing.
Did you play any other games? What did you do with yourself in that time? I played a lot of games. I don't think I left the house for about 6 weeks when it started.
I played a lot of video games.
It was Minecraft. It was NBA 2K20.
I drank quite a fair bit.
Oh, me too. But I remember having coffee vodka stuffed down the side of this sofa. Because I was like, well, I'm just going to have it tomorrow night when I'm playing Minecraft with them anyway, so I'll just leave it in here.
Yeah, I wasn't as good as that. I won't go into too much detail on the podcast.
Oh, sure.
About what I was doing during lockdown. But I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Fair enough.
I had a great time.
Fair enough.
I kind of, would wake up 10 a.m. I'd go up to the top of the hill, not too far away from my house, with a breakfast bar, a can of beer, and kind of just watch birds for a bit. Be like, this is great. This is my six minutes of exercise.
Yeah.
And I'd go and do that 6 minutes of exercise a couple times a day on my own because, I don't think anyone was keeping tab. Do you know what? Yeah, sue me, BJ. Boris Johnson, that's what you are, BJ. If he broke the rules, I was going out for exercise more than one time a day. I was doing it on my own. I was proper paranoid, to be fair.
Yeah.
I was terrified. Let's not COVID talk right now.
Let's not. It's too
Talking
soon.
of scary,
Scary.
it's been Halloween.
Do you like Halloween?
It's the one time of year that a guy gets to dress as a slut and not get judged by his mates.
I suppose you're right.
I've just changed the quote.
I know.
I love
Where's that from?
Mean Girls.
Is it?
Halloween, the one night of the year. Yeah.
Sure.
When she puts the
I've
mask.
only seen that film once or twice. It was a long time ago.
Halloween's great.
I'm not a fan.
Why? Have you ever done a costume?
Yeah.
What was your favourite costume you've ever done?
I can't remember. It's that.
Oh really? Like
I
Oh.
don't. I went trick or treating once.
I've
Good
never been
time.
trick or treating.
I did it once. Around a mate's house. I could do without it. A lot of people at work got dressed up this week.
Oppenheimer.
That was incredible. There's a guy dressed as Oppenheimer, and it just made me laugh every time I looked at him. In a full suit, ladies' Primark, he said. Bought it oversized because that was the style. Had his mum's belt on. It was brilliant. But I just...
Do you like being silly?
Yes, I'm a silly, goofy guy.
Get that on your Tinder. Just a silly, goofy guy.
It's my Instagram bio.
Then why don't you? Oh God!
I just think it's not that I have anything against. Like, it's just I just see it as a way of, as most holidays are, a way for money to be spent on something
Okay.
that comes around every year. They make a bit of hype around it, and then straight on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I could
We
do
live in a
without it.
capitalistic society, mate.
We
It's just
do, but
kind of how things go, you know. And it supports a lot of businesses. You know, a lot of businesses make a lot of money.
don't guilt me into.
I think
Not-
do you like horror films?
I'm terrible with horror films.
Okay.
I'm a jumpy.
I don't like
goofy,
horror films.
jumpy guy.
Have you seen Midsummer?
No.
Oh, what a
Greta
film.
Gerwig, but I need to watch it. I need
Mate,
to watch
that is like, I don't like horror films for the reason that a lot of the times horror films don't have a great story. A lot of the times it's kind of just like
it. Gore, jump scare.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of jump scares and stuff, and I don't mind a good one.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind a good one. Like in some ways, have you seen Shutter Island?
Yeah.
Shutter Island to me is a horror film. Do you know
I'd
it's a
say-
thriller?
I'd say it's a
a
psychological thriller.
Yeah, but to me, like a psychological thriller is just as scary, if not more scary, than a horror film, because it's like afterwards you're like,
what's just happened?
oh my god, he didn't know that he'd done that. Like, right.
Have
In Midsummer, let me
okay.
finish.
Sorry,
All filmed in daylight. It's the only horror film that's like, I think it's like 90%
Oh,
filmed in the daytime.
I see.
And that, it's the trippiest film, and it begins with them taking mushrooms or something like that,
Right.
and like it warps, like the film starts to warp,
Okay.
and it's like a quite like realistic sort of like fixation of what that would be like, and it's like kind of like pulse. Oh, just watch it if you haven't watched Midsummer. Watch it.
Is it Florence Pugh?
Yes,
Cool.
and eyebrows guy
Will Poulter?
Will Poulter, he's in it. He's very good in it.
He's very attractive now.
Is this you?
No, he's
You just
glowed
find
up.
him attractive. Like
He's-
you don't.
Like I could be like fair. Like
If he asked you out, would you say yes?
I'd be like, let's, Do you want to see my Minecraft world?
Oh, me and Will Poulter doing Minecraft's episode 1. You're gonna leave this podcast if that was an
Little
opportunity.
let's
wouldn't
play.
you?
Oh mate.
I'd respect it.
What was I going to say though? Favorite like horror or psychological thriller film. Have you ever seen one called Forgotten on Netflix? It's South Korean.
No.
Oh my word!
Is it?
It's like there's so many twists. It twists and you go, oh my god, and then it twists again. You go, oh my god, and then it does one more twist and you go, ah. But I have to respect it, and I could.
Dubs.
On your
Is
list-
it dubs?
Yeah, on your list. No, you watch it subbed.
Oh yeah, I'd rather watch
Yeah.
it subbed.
If we, on your list, as we said in the last episode, if your thing's to watch a film with me, I'm going to put that one out there.
Cool.
I'd like to see your reaction to that.
Cool. Let's do it.
Cool. Have you ever seen Alien? I would say that's a
I've
horror.
never seen Alien.
That's good.
That's one I should have watched as well. 'Cause
Alien's
it's a classic.
good. Yeah.
Is it what's the name of the actress?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
And then they did Aliens, the plural, meant to be really good, and I really didn't like it.
So horror films are like, and I like horror,
But
I
I'm
don't-
really like,
yeah.
you ever heard of the Bye Bye Man? It's like
Have you ever heard of the
like
Vibe
on
Man? Is that-
Letterboxd.
Do you mean when you get off the bus, Cameron?
No, it's a film called The Bye Bye Man.
Bye, driver.
Came out what?
Bye, driver.
I remember that, like 6 or 7 years ago. I looked on Letterboxd. It is like horrendously rated. People hate it.
But you
But
love it.
it's no, I don't. My first horror film I saw. It was one of my mate's birthdays. I was sat between him on one side, his mum on the other, and I was so scared the entire time. My mum called me before I went in and said, "Cameron, just remember, it's not real. It's a film." I was like, "Yeah, we're good. I'm locked in. We're good." I didn't realise his mum left halfway through. And then she came down and sat beside me again. And oh my word, I shot out of my seat. I squealed. This wasn't even, you know, when they have like a little bit of relief from the scary stuff.
Yeah.
It was in one of those bits, and I still.
Oh my god.
I was gone. I can't do them.
Do you remember when you were like, you came to
Good night, mummy.
my mate's house?
Good night, mummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
We watched Good Night, Mummy.
Oh,
Do you remember it?
Yes. The mum who has her face all wrapped up,
yeah,
and it's the twin boys.
Yeah. Did we even make it to the end of that film?
We did, and then we had to watch Scott Pilgrim to calm down.
I quite liked it.
That was the first time I ever drank alcohol, other than church.
Oh, really?
No, because I remember you both gave me like a beer in the hot tub,
Yeah.
and then when we got out, you went like, "There's barely anything out of it." I was like, "Yeah, it tastes horrible." I was like, "That's horrendous."
yeah. And I respected it. I remember being like, "You go, Cameron. You don't enjoy beer. That's fine."
Yeah.
Hey, girls, anyone got some fruity drinks for Cameron?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you had one of the fruity drinks that were in the cupboard somewhere.
we had like a peach schnapps or something.
yeah, like a little schnapps and lemonade or something like that. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Good Night, Mummy, when the cockroach goes into her mouth, and then the kids are just watching her, and then you just hear her go.
I need to watch that one again. I need to watch that again.
That's such a good film. That's such good. Swedish, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you not like Halloween parties? Have you been to many? I love a good Halloween party. I've been to some great ones.
Go on.
Do you want to hear my costume that is slightly questionable? But it's okay. I'm willing to say it. Do you know why? Because he ruined my birthday.
Go on.
Harambe. I went as Harambe 2 years in a row.
What?
Because I had a monkey onesie. So I had like a onesie that I'd worn, like my mum bought me and my little sister matching onesies. So I like had a little monkey onesie in that. And then I remember, I think it was 2017, maybe 2016, Harambe got shot May 28th on my birthday.
2016.
Yeah. Was it 2016? Right,
I
May
think.
May 28th, 2016. I'm just turned 17, yeah. Boom. Harambe's been shot on my birthday. I'm going about like trying to enjoy my birthday. Hi guys, in college, like it's my birthday, and they're like, "Have you not seen the news?" I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "A gorilla got shot at a zoo in Cincinnati."
Yeah.
I was like, "I get it. Awful. A gorilla has, okay, bad. Sure.
Very bad.
It's my birthday. Do you know what was he like? I don't know. I had nothing about him. Didn't even know he existed until he died. It's not like okay, I get it. It was bad.
It was.
It was bad.
I wonder how that kid's doing now.
But to be fair, like if they'd have just let Harambe kill that kid and then shot him afterwards.
But he wasn't in a killy goofy mood.
Oh yeah, because you just knew, didn't you?
I was there.
No, listen,
no.
Harambe.
Have you seen the videos?
Harambe was a Libra.
He was actually being a bit protective.
Okay, I understand. How are they going to get the kid back?
They'd ask him nicely.
How would they do that then? Right, anyways, let's not dive into the Harambe thing because otherwise you're going to make me feel bad because that Halloween I put my monkey onesie on, put a bullet wound. Just a small one. I didn't put the bullet wound on until like the party kicked off and so I was like, you should go as Harambe. I was like, that's hilarious. Because I just went as a monkey every year and someone put a bullet wound. You're really offended by this. He ruined my birthday, Cameron. Well, the guy who shot him ruined my birthday, really. I felt sorry for the guy. I was upset, but... That's not a cancelable offence.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying Harambe.
It's in bad taste.
Very.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah. It was... Do you know what? I felt bad. It wasn't my idea. I didn't leave the house as Harambe.
You just did it 2 years in a row.
The first year it was very funny. So the second year I was like, I'm going to wear the monkey onesie again. If anyone says it, I'll be like, yeah. I didn't go about telling people, but like halfway through the party after the drink started flowing, I was like, give me that red makeup. Do you think that's too far?
I wouldn't have done it.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it now. I was 17, and
Fair.
no, to be fair, yeah, I was 17, and then on my 18th, I didn't actually go as Harambe. So maybe I only did it 1 year. I've dressed as a monkey the year before for Halloween, but that was like a kids' party, and Harambe hadn't even died then. So
Well,
no, it was 2016.
a monkey's not a gorilla.
No, it wasn't like a full gorilla costume.
Just to be
It wasn't a
clear.
good. It
Good-
wasn't a
wasn't a
good
good
costume. No.
What have I been?
Have you got any good Halloween costumes in your head like that you've done?
That's what I was just trying to think.
I've done Peter Pan.
I can see that.
I've done Peter Pan.
I think you'd be good for that.
I did a convict. I've still got the convict onesie.
Have you done Flynn Rider yet?
No, that's.
You need.
Don't think that's quite Halloween. I went to Shaggy this year, so me and my girlfriend, she had like a party at like where she lives.
Oh, it was her party.
Yeah. Well, it was at her place.
Yeah,
so it was like her uni, whatever. And like her and her housemates threw this massive party. They did a massive sick job, to be fair.
Was it good?
And I didn't know anyone there apart from like 2 other housemates that I'd met before, and obviously my girlfriend. And she's dressed as Velma, and very obviously Velma. Very cool costume. Like I
think I've seen it. The orange glasses.
And I used to fancy Velma so much when I used to watch the films. Like, you remember the Scooby-Doo live action films?
Oh yeah.
I had a big crush on Velma, so I was like, had a soft spot. So I just dressed as Shaggy, green t-shirt, brown trousers. Yeah. Now when Velma wasn't there, I just looked like a guy at the party with green t-shirt, brown trousers, right? Some girl came up to me. You're gonna love this, right? Some girl come up to me. She was like, "Who are you supposed to be?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Shaggy from Scooby-Doo." And she went, "Not much effort, is it?" Now, bear in mind, I've never met this girl in my life, right? I look up, she's got mouse ears, and she's just wearing all black. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't go to Primark and got a headband and then wore all the black stuff in my wardrobe. You're pathetic." And just started laughing. And luckily, she was creasing. She was like,
good.
She was like, "Oh my God, don't do that. Don't do that. What did you just say?" I was like, Oh, and what are you?" She was like, "I'm a mouse, duh." I was like, "Oh, what, the quote from that film? Very good. Very original. Is there any other?" "Oh, yeah, there's another mouse. And there's another mouse. There's 3 of you. Are you the 3 blind mice?"
Oh,
no?
yeah.
"Oh, very good." But she was like, and then her mate come out with a little tiny witch hat on. And I was about to throw corn at her as well. I was like, no, I'm going to keep it to myself. And then Velma came out, my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, I get it now." I was like, "Get it?" I was like, "Thank you." But I got quite heated.
Yeah.
I was like, "Listen,
Let's pipe down.
yeah, don't be giving me lip when I can see that you ain't even got a tail." When was the last time you saw a blacked out mouse anyway? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Exactly.
What? Okay. Halloween next year.
Salt and pepper.
Oh.
Oh, us as costumes.
I'm saying,
yeah.
what would I be good?
What should you do for Halloween?
Yeah.
I've had some good ones.
Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
See,
Or not.
that was so weird. Have you watched Angry Ginger? Oh, it's probably gone over your head. Anyways, if you knew, you knew. Angry Ginger, that's a quote.
I know the guy.
It's very funny.
Don't know the quote.
I think the best costumes come on a whim. The best costumes happen randomly.
No.
My best costume ever was bubble wrap. That was last year. Me and my friend went down to Brighton to see my best friend who lives down there. We're thinking about costumes. We've left it at the last minute. It's literally Halloween, the day Halloween.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday. So it's like everywhere's rammed. We went to the one costume shop in Brighton, which is a major city, and there was a queue out the door and down the street. We were like, shit. We've got the costumes. There was a hardware store next door. Little DIY shop. So me and him went in there. It wasn't a DIY shop, it was like a kid's craft shop as well. It had like a half and half DIY and craft stuff, yeah.
Right, save on the
So
rent.
we went in there. He got a whiteboard, put it around his neck, put like a pen on it, write your number here, and people come up and wrote their numbers down.
See.
And I went as bubble wrap, so I bought 3 rolls of bubble wrap, 2 bits of tape, and just wrapped my entire body in bubble.
That's good.
And I was like, "Hey girl, what's that material?" And they'd be like, "Oh, what are you gonna say, boyfriend material?" I'd be like, "Nah, it's bubble wrap, mate." I'd just be like, and then I went up to people that were like crying or like stressed in the nightclub. I just put my arm out, and went, "Go on," and they were like, "Oh,
Thank you so much.
oh." It was good. It was a
I
good
bet that
costume.
is class.
So you have to think of something like random.
I'll wait till next year then.
A sofa would be good, like a transformer. So you could like hide in a living room.
And then you just need Danny DeVito to come out naked to complete the look.
What does that?
Always Sunny.
Is that a scene where someone's pretending to be a sofa? Maybe.
No, he's just in a sofa, and he bursts out. It's so. I'll show you.
I need to watch this show.
He's so funny.
Oh my lord. Okay.
It's butt naked. He's like, "Wah!"
Yeah. You bring up Danny DeVito being naked quite a lot.
No, I don't. I just.
Do you have a thing for Danny DeVito? Do you like Danny DeVito? Stop spilling water on yourself for comedic effect.
That was not intentional. That was just me trying to drink quickly.
Okay. Would you rather? Right. This is a bad
I'm
one.
worried about this one.
Are you?
Yeah, there was some venom in your eyes when you said that.
Would you rather be a victim in a Saw film
Oh,
and you got to survive the Saw games?
as an actor?
This is what people mean when they're like, just white dudes getting podcasts. I'm like asking you a question about whether you'd be in a Saw film. You're like, am I performing in this film as an actor?
Or am I being captured and tortured?
Do you know what?
As part of a sick
I was
game.
thinking of other horror films that would be really bad to be involved in. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
finish it.
Okay. Would you rather? Right.
Just to clarify, I'm not an actor.
No, you would
Okay.
be in the Saw film. But let's just say you only have to do one of the tasks. So, like, you know,
I'll
when
do
there's,
the
like,
eating challenge from I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out.
No, it's Saw. So it'd be like, eat this bag of razor blades or something. It'd be awful. Sorry, watchers and listeners, if this isn't your vibe at all. Would you rather that, or one person in your family gets possessed like The Exorcist and you've got to all stay in the house with them?
Do they get exercised?
Well, there's no gym equipment here, so I don't know if you'd...
That's Stitch.
No, it's someone being possessed as well. It's a universal noise.
I see.
I'm so possessed.
But I'm not the one that gets possessed.
No. Ooh, or you get possessed. What would be worse? I think it's worse to have someone else
don't
get
know.
possessed. I'd rather get possessed myself than watch someone else get
Possessed
possessed.
by what? Stitch.
The devil.
Ohana means family.
I'm trying to think now. Right, so right. So like, instead of like getting possessed by the devil, The Exorcist would be a very different film. Like, I'm here to save your daughter. What's wrong with that? She's in the bedroom. She's going,
Stitch. Andrew.
Sapping. I can't do his voice.
Sapping.
oh.
Hide those waves. I mean, how
Stitch actually does, to be fair, Stitch is kind of possessed. Like, he does switch into like a monster, doesn't he? That's like the whole script of the film. Stitch is kind
To
of
answer your
possessed.
question,
I'm just thinking about Saw movies now. I hate
yeah,
Saw
I'm
movies.
sorry, I don't.
I'd rather, no.
You
Both
know, a
of them
little
are awful.
callback before, like the only Saw film I've seen is Saw 6. Starts off with them having to put X number of pieces of their body in a thing to win. And it was the day I'd finished my final GCSE exam.
Does fingers count?
Yeah, any parts. But it was the final GCSE exam. I'd finished it. My mum said, Cameron, you can stay on as long as you want on PlayStation. But no bedtime for you. I was like, get in. First thing we decided to do was watch Saw. And we're all going, ugh, ugh, and then comes bursting in, nope, off now. So that lasted very long. And because of that, I don't think I want to be in a Saw film.
I would
But I don't want to go, Mum, this is for not letting me watch Saw 6. Stitch is, you know, try and do that impression. My mum is Stitch.
Dude, something's fucking going on here. There's a tiny blue alien in here.
How long have you been recording?
29 minutes.
That is close to a time for a break.
It
isn't
is, but I want to hear what your
answer
picking,
to is,
yeah.
do you know what? It depends on the thing, because I feel like it depends how nice Jigsaw's feeling that day.
Would you like to play a game?
Right?
Jigsaw, mate. Have you seen that? you seen that guy? Who are you? Are you the Joker? Nah, Jigsaw, mate.
He's like, Jigsaw. Yeah, he's like,
Want to play a
do
game?
you want to play a game? He's the Joker. No, I'm Jigsaw.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my sister.
Yeah, I have seen that guy.
That's my ride.
I have seen that guy.
Sorry, I've
But
derailed.
it's fine. If Jigsaw was feeling nice and maybe the game was like, cut your toe off, well, I'll let you go. You're like, sound, mate. Give me the saw. I'll cut my toe off. Do you know what I mean? I could do it. But it's just some of them are mad, innit? Some of them are mad. But I wouldn't want to see anyone in my family get possessed. I'd like fuck up all of them. I quite care about my family, you know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to live with myself afterwards. Whereas if I was in like a Saw game and I pulled it off, depends what it was though.
Depends what you're pulling off, yeah. Because
a lot of them die, don't they? Most of them die.
I haven't seen.
Most of them die. Most of them are really stupid about it as well. But when you're in that sort of position, yeah, it's a really mean question. I regret asking it.
Rather not.
I'd rather not. Yeah, I'd rather not.
After the break, have a little ad break. This is where the sponsorships are going.
Are we gonna get any of them at any point?
Well, not if you start talking about Harambe.
Listen, man, I was just.
I'll calm him down,
Do we need to cut that out? I'm still feeling bad about the Harambe costume.
mate. We live and we
'cause
learn.
Listen. We do live and we do learn. But I don't even like zoos. And not because I'm like don't like animals. I don't like zoos because it's like jail. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. I used to love it when I was a kid. Penguins, wicked, bruv. Seeing them like just kind of like eating fish and that. And then when people throw them fish, 10-year-old me, 9-year-old me, that's where I want to be for the weekend. I mean, I want to watch people throw fish at penguins. Sure. Now I've seen like March of the Penguins and that. I'm like, bruv, it's like fucking 28 degrees out here. Why are these penguins all just... They're like, car. And they're looking over Dunstable as well. Do you know what I mean? Fuming. I'm not even happy in Luton looking over Dunstable, man. Poor little penguins at Whips and they just like... God almighty.
They're good for conservation, for like endangered species, and then release them into the wild. But yes, I know what you mean.
Some of them.
They're quite small enclosures.
Okay, maybe I don't
You
hate
ever seen
zoos.
Blackfish?
That's maybe where I'm getting at. I have seen Blackfish. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I watched it the day before going to SeaWorld.
Oh my god. You've been to SeaWorld?
I've been to SeaWorld.
Boycott Cameron.
It was maybe 2014 or 15.
And you watched Blackfish before going?
I'd seen Blackfish, and then I went with my cousins, and I was like, "You guys got to watch this before we go." We still
Still enjoyed it?
I tell you what, the roller coasters at SeaWorld, unbelievable.
There's roller coasters.
They've got one called Manta, which is like, you've been to Alton Towers?
Yeah.
Been on Air?
I haven't been to Alton Towers.
Oh.
I just realised. I've been in Thorpe Park.
It's like that. And then there was another one called Kraken that was class. There was one that was coming the year after I went called Mako. That's going to be a quick one. A bit like Stealth, maybe. As in
Right.
speed. No, rides are really good.
But that's not what you're going to SeaWorld for, is it?
I mean, that was my favourite bit.
But that's like not the
But
lore of it, is it?
We did see the
Allure. Orcas.
yeah, was it like
2?
some Dancing with Shamu or something like that?
Does it dance?
They make them, but then they've stopped breeding orcas at I was gonna say Cineworld.
That would be a different room, wouldn't it?
I knew there was something up with that
yeah.
cinema, man.
Is this where Oppenheimer is? Yeah, screen 6. Just go and you're like, shit. This is the Orca room, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like that was probably quite a good killer whale noise. They shouldn't be in captivity, though. Like orcas, they're just... even then, like... The sea is wham. There's not like they've not... They've got so many places to go. They do not need to be trapped in a 4x4.
Yeah,
It's like you living in this room for your whole life.
Yeah, I did it in lockdown for 6 weeks.
Just this
That's
room.
enough. Virtually, I didn't leave the house.
But no, you went downstairs, you went in the garden, you got some fresh air.
Yeah.
Feasibly, you could go for a walk.
But yeah, not being able to do that. Yeah. To go to the toilet in here as well would. Yeah.
You'd be fuming.
Yeah.
But in the zoos, okay, maybe I don't hate zoos, but like, I used to love going to like Whipsnade, seeing the red pandas and that. I love red pandas. Just seeing them bopping about, lemurs. I love the animals, yeah. But yeah, there is kind of an element of like, I feel bad about the Harambe thing now because I'm like, that. A lot of those places, I think maybe American zoos are quite like when you think of New York Zoo, like was it Central Park?
Alex,
the lion. Yeah, but when you think about zoos like that, that's baffling. Like in the middle of a big city, like Whipsnade Zoo. Granted, it's on a big field.
London Zoo.
Yeah, but it's baffling, isn't it? Because like these zoos are like in the middle of a city, like built up
Yeah.
areas. There's probably like there's a cage, couple of boxes, and that. Whipsnade, at least they've got like big marks of land to roam, and maybe London Zoo does too. I've never been, but like the idea of like captivity, animals in captivity for like that aren't endangered,
Yeah. Just to.
does make me feel a little bit of something. I do love animals. What you are cats over dogs?
100%. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs, and a golden retriever. They are cute. They're sweet.
They are sweet. Have you met Niall's dog?
Of course, I've met Niall's dog. I've
She's
spent
so sweet.
at that party because I don't drink.
Yeah.
Everyone else is drinking, having fun. I was with his dog for about 2 hours.
So sweet.
Every time I stopped stroking her,
Yeah.
stop. 2 hours.
She's so sweet. And
She's lovely.
even the cat there's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think if I had to pick, I would go with cats.
See, I've never had like my own like 7 days a week pet. Like,
Sure.
Like I had one at my dad's house when I used to go and visit my dad. He had 2 cats, and then I had a rabbit at my dad's house. R.I.P. Thumper.
Have you talked about Thumper on the pod?
I think so. I think we spoke about it when we said about Steve Backshall.
Sure.
Episode 1. If you said your animal source would be rabbits, and you said you'd kill rabbits as your animal source, and that would be like because you said they'd just be everywhere and they'd be like frolicking and having sex all the time, so you'd have loads of rabbits.
Don't remember saying that.
You basically said they'd breed very quickly because they shag like rabbits, and that means you'd have a food source that would be very much replenishable. Which is, now that you've heard me say it out loud, you're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. It sounds like something I'd
It
say.
really is a good idea. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then we discussed
I can
whether
get
or not
behind
you could kill a rabbit.
that. Oh no!
Finish a mouthful.
I have, and I'd get Steve. I'd get Steve Backshall to do it. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
What a throwback. That was like 2 months
Great
ago.
episode.
2 months ago.
It is 2 months ago, if not more.
Yeah,
More
two,
than 2
two
months
months
ago.
and 1 week.
Yeah.
You're still listening?
No. To be fair, there's quite a few people now that are like,
it's sweet. It's sweet.
We it feels like the first episode we got a lot of people to like. This is the first episode. You should check it out.
Yeah.
And then obviously it kind of like dips off, doesn't it?
But obviously you're gonna look at the first episode first, rather than the most recent one.
Do you think so?
That's what I would do.
See, I'd watch the most recent one first, and then if I liked it, go back. I think that's how I'd approach a new podcast. That's kind of how I'd.
No, that's
Because then it'd be
fair.
current times, current affairs, something that I could relate to immediately.
So,
rather than
so our current affairs is Harambe.
Halloween,
Sure.
It came from Halloween.
That's valid.
and he died. It's very sad.
Right.
Why have you brought him back
I
up?
know. I'm sorry.
'Cause
But
I feel
we're not.
bad.
We're not in October anymore. We're in November.
Right, November. I don't want a lot for Christmas.
You know, I was going a different direction with that.
There is just one thing I need,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not a massive fan of Christmas music.
I like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sing it
Why not?
because the cameras are rolling.
Don't wanna
No,
know.
I've
Mariah Carey has been defrosted. It's November the 2nd. Mariah Carey is just, she's out.
yeah.
Michael Bublé, he's literally just gone, right,
Bublé.
done. I've done 10 months
Silky
of parenting.
voice.
He does 10 months of parenting a year and then 2 months of singing. It's great. He's figured it out. Same with Mariah Carey. They're like, forget making new music.
Yeah.
I'm just going to live off the Christmas wallah. What?
Why not?
Mariah Carey will go to number 1 again.
Of course she will.
I love it.
She smashes it.
Do you know what it is with me in Christmas music? I got driven insane by it. Because you have to understand, Cameron, I've done Christmas work every year.
We've been elves a few times.
Right. Whoa. My twin brother is an elf. You got to know these things.
My
especially when
name
you
is
work on-
not Peppermint.
I don't actually want to say the name that I was as an elf because... No, actually, I think I can. Because I was actually quite well known as that elf. Because you have to understand, the place I was doing it at, I was that elf, and that name of that elf was on the posters. So it was like, come see Santa, Mrs. Claus, and... No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because they might still use it. Elfie Selfie. I didn't pick that name.
Your name is Elfie Selfie.
Yeah, it was. Because I took it over from someone who was hired from... I don't think legally I can speak about it. Someone was hired to do the job. They came in with the scripts. They were on Coronation Street, Emmerdale, all that, yada yada. Basically, I was the outdoor elf. I'm going to tell it as briefly as I can without any details of location and stuff. There was an outdoor elf. I was just an outdoor elf. He couldn't do the job anymore for whatever reason. And I was the person who was like, there's a reason.
I know this
You know the story. I was like, there's a reason that maybe we can't have this person as the elf.
Yeah.
And the boss went, you're the elf now. And my pay went from like there to like there. I was now Elfie Selfie. I was like, can we change the name? And they were like, it's already on the posters. And then, you know, the next year it was like, where's Elfie Selfie? And I was like, no. And then there was times where I walked around the local area and people would be like, that's Elfie Selfie. And I'd be like, nah, that's
famous.
That's my twin brother. And they'd be like, really? I'd be like, yeah. He's off in the North Pole now.
Lapland.
He does Santa's taxes. You know, he's a busy man.
Yeah.
If you just say adult words, it works every time. I don't want
to kids.
Yeah, I don't think our podcast has an audience of anyone that would listen.
Well, you've
believe in Santa.
You came through with some interesting metrics on our audience.
What do you mean?
The age range.
Yeah, on TikTok. Yeah, it's like 50% 18 to 24 and 50% 84, like 84,
84,
and 50% 44 plus. So it's like half of our listeners are like between the ages of 18 and 24.
Our age.
Yeah, and then the other half are like 40 plus, and there's like a couple of people in the middle, which doesn't make sense because I know a few people that are like in their 20s, early 30s maybe, that have checked it out, but they're lying. No, I'm just saying, like, that's where our outreach goes.
Yeah, fair. I mean, fair enough.
That's who get it.
I just find it interesting that there's the gap in the middle.
Yeah.
What can we do to appeal to 30-year-olds?
Tell them how I used to convince kids that I worked for Santa.
Mortgage.
How's
the mortgage going?
Every time it worked. I remember one kid come up to me, went, you're not an elf. I was like, he came up to my twin brother, and he said, you're not an elf. And Elfie Selfie said, ask me what day the bins go out on the North Pole. And the kid went, why? I went, ask me what days the bins go out of the North Pole. He went, what days does the bin go out of the North Pole? I went, Fridays. Why would I know that? Why would I lie about that? Do you know every Friday I have to put out 4,000 bins just of like present stuff? He's like, I was like, do you know how heavy that is? Every Friday, while you're getting ready for school, last day of the week, woo, weekends come in, I'm grafting, working for the big man.
Class.
I'll be like, I've got to do his mortgage later. Do you know how many mortgages Santa? Do you know how big Santa's house is? And then this kid's like, yeah. I was like, come on, man, have a bit of Christmas spirit. I'm getting tired, man. It's almost Christmas. I've invited you here to see Santa. Please, just, why would you accuse me of? Why would I do this? Why would I wear these tights for pretend? I just want to wear trackies. I just want to be wearing what you wear. You look so comfortable. Do you know how cold these tights are? They were like, yeah. I was like, this is.
And you renewed their belief in Santa for 3 more years?
I was like, just be on your best behaviour. I'll speak to the big man. We'll get you something that you like. Maybe not the PlayStation. He's like, how did you know I wanted a PlayStation? I'm like, you want one on the PlayStation? You want one on fucking PlayStation? No, but I used to come up with some good.
That's impressive.
Yeah, mate. I became like it became. I mean, my brothers. Anyways, it became a skill.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I worked in a Christmas shop for a long time. So I've every year for 2 months had everyday Christmas music playing. I know all the tunes.
Oh yeah.
I have my favourites. There are some bangers. Be the world.
Very good.
Let them know it's Christmas time. What's your favourite Christmas song? It is November. We maybe shouldn't talk about Christmas for too long.
Ask me in December.
Cool. Let's run it. Let's run some Christmas songs in the car. Have you heard Snoop Dogg's Christmas album?
No, we will listen.
It was the mizzle before Christmas. He's amazing in it. He starts it with like, it was the nizzle before Christmas. It's amazing.
I'll listen.
There's a full album.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does like a jingle bells with like a trap beat.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean,
we've got Santa Classic. Oh, unreal. Or I might stop the podcast and just put it on, and we can just sit here for 10 minutes. No, copyright. Yeah. So
Fair
Christmas
enough.
is coming, and it's
Christmas
like
is coming.
the shops are already ready for it, aren't they?
They've been ready for it since before. For me, as someone that didn't really care about Halloween, I was seeing the Christmas stuff very early. But I don't, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just another way to make you spend your money at the end of the year.
Welcome to the capitalist
But-
society.
But my birthday's right at the start of January, so I get those joint presents.
Yeah, when is your birthday?
January 3rd.
January 3rd.
January the
The
3rd.
third of the year.
3rd of Jan.
You're the third of the year.
3rd.
January 3rd.
Need to figure out what I'm going to do for my birthday.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
But let's get one step at a time. It's November.
It's November. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Is that the correct name for it?
I believe so.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I found that out today.
Right. Is it like there's a full month?
I believe it is the month of November, yeah.
Damn.
Which, I think might be nice to touch upon a bit. I really liked your just list of things that you'd like to do,
Yeah.
because I think I want to give that a go.
It's sad that there's a month specifically for men's mental health.
Yes.
Because it's not sad that that's a thing, because it's obviously needed, but the fact that it is a month means that there's obviously an issue, and I think obviously we are gonna end up not lowering the tone here, but changing the mood here quite suddenly.
I guess.
But I'm almost certain that the biggest killer of men in this country is suicide, like the number one killer, apart from natural causes and old age. And
I think it trumps them.
I think
Is within a certain age bracket. That's
in our age bracket for sure, it's the biggest killer.
it's top.
It's 100% the biggest killer is yourself, which is it's an epidemic. I don't know if that's the correct epidemic.
Epidemics in the country, yeah. Pandemics.
Yeah, it's an epidemic. It's brutal. It's brutal. The numbers are going, like, they don't seem to be getting much better, do they? And I think there needs to be more of an.
So, with it being this month, rather than it just being something that comes and goes,
Yeah.
as it very easily could,
Yeah.
what is there anything you literally found out today, as did I.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you want to work on for yourself this month that you'd be happy to share?
Yeah, for sure. It's the same things I've been working on for the past few months. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm happy to kind of share some of my own kind of experiences. I've never been diagnosed with anything, which is, I think, a massive part of the issue.
Sure.
In my opinion, is a lot of people will go through their life without being diagnosed because of either the healthcare system doesn't benefit people that say, "Nah, I'm all right," because it doesn't. You kind of have to be knocking on the door and asking for help, and generically, it's not necessarily something that a lot of men will do. Is kind of open themselves up and ask for help. I would always encourage people to do that and open up and ask for help. The NHS is strapped though. It's so hard to get like some help. I did kind of go through a time where I was with a service with the NHS, and they were kind of supporting me through a time where I had reached that point where I had those sort of thoughts, and but there's this kind of stigma around it where it's that's it, you're done. Mental health is like you got depression, or you got suicidal thoughts. That's just you for the rest of your life. When in reality, it's your mental health is similar to your physical health, isn't it? It's like you get a cold, you get the flu, you just stuck in bed for a few days. Your mental health can do the same thing.
100%.
Where like trauma or maybe a certain just anything come from anywhere.
Just don't have a good day.
Have one bad day and it can catch up. And there could be unresolved issues from your past and things like that. And it's important that you know where to go. So for me, what I'm working on this month is kind of maybe looking for some professional assistance. It's probably going to cost me money. I haven't got any. I'm broke, as many of us are. But kind of having the thought of I'm going to put some money aside to speak to someone professional, and if that means I have to pay for it, then I have to pay for it. But then again, there's great charities.
There are.
Mind BLMK are amazing for people, but within our age bracket up
Yeah,
until 24,
yeah.
I think they're helping people. So maybe I'll reach out to them and see if I can just get a little bit of advice and support. I feel like I'm a lot better at the moment because I've been doing this. I've been taking time to kind of enjoy the journey rather than worry about the outcomes. That's a massive one. That's a massive one.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing for me.
Right.
Like if I hyperfixate on things, bounce about with them, but as soon as I've hyperfixated on something, I want to be at the end of it. I want to have learned everything, have done everything, have completed it
Yeah.
so quick, get to the end of it,
Right.
that then there has been basically no journey. I've not taken the time to enjoy that journey at all.
Right.
I would do that with so many things. Even like today, I bought those panini cards,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, I want to just have all of them,
Yeah.
rather than being like, oh, let's enjoy getting one.
Get a
I just
packet.
want to get them all. I just want to have it done.
Mm.
I did it with FIFA, where I just played it until I hit the max level on pro clubs, and now I'm like, it's all right, but I do that so much, and I think for me, what I need to work on is my screen time. I need to cut that down
I'm bad on
because
the
it's
phone.
not helpful. Just constantly all these images and dopamine and then you have to go and live in the real world where you don't get that constant thing, and it's that needs to be worked on. Like that, the attention span, just taking the time to work at something and not be 100% done by the time I finished it, and just enjoy gradually getting good at something. Because I tried to learn Japanese, so I'm like, oh, it's taking so long, and now I'm like, no, I'm going to do German, and Japanese just been sacked off, but I'd like to do that, but it takes,
chopping veggies.
but at the minute it's like chopping the end off a carrot and throwing the rest away, and it's like there's still so much more I can get from that. I just need to take time with that. Work on my screen time.
What about your specifically kind of your mental health and kind of making yourself feel more? I mean, to be fair,
I think that is genuinely a definitely a factor.
you think so?
Yeah, 100%. If I wake up, and then you look at the screen time, on a Monday it says like how long you've been on. It's absurd,
Yeah.
and that's just on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm on my computer. I'm on my PlayStation quite a
phone.
bit. It was terrible when we worked at the place where we did before.
Oh yeah.
Because I'd wake up, sit in front of a computer for 9 hours at a call center, come home, and my way of relaxing would be to sit in front of a computer screen.
Mm.
And it's like, that's got to be 12, 15 hours.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's horrible.
I don't do it. I don't really.
I need to.
My phone's my biggest one.
Yeah.
My phone, I'm always on my phone watching shit, but I think screen time wise, I don't really play PlayStation anymore.
That's
I don't
fair.
really use my laptop as much unless I'm doing work.
Yeah.
I work with my hands. I've been quite a hands-on work guy. I have been for the past few years. I didn't do well in an office. That was a low point for me.
Yeah.
For sure. I think there's I think as a whole though, kind of, I don't think I'm someone to speak about what people need to do, and what other people have to do. But I know from my experience, talking about it is a lot of the time something that keeps you alive, because it's like when you build something up in your head, it's very hard to understand how much you're making it bigger than it could actually be.
Yeah.
And sometimes just kind of vocalizing a small worry will then stop it from being the end of the world, because someone else will be like, oh, that's bad. Even if it is really bad, that's bad. It'll be okay though.
It's when it's like just bouncing around off the walls in your head that you can't get a grasp of it.
Yeah.
But you say it out loud, or you get it written down, and you go, actually, that is just me saying it or writing it down. That's so much more manageable, because rather than it being this thing that I can't even get a grasp on, it's all right there. I've just said what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cliche, but a problem shared is a problem halved. For the most part, it's very good.
I used to have a bad comeback to that when I was in school though, because the teacher used to say that, and I used to be like, that's not true. I was like, a problem shared is now your problem too. and then she'll be like, well, you are going to be worried about it. No, it's not true. It's not true. That's just kind of how I used to. I used to feel bad about kind of. I'm very open now. Like,
yeah,
I've not got. Yeah, I've not got anything to hide. I'm very open about how my mental health's been, and I know I've never been diagnosed with anything, and like that's not been something I've been forced to have. I think there is a chance that I have like a condition or two. There's been people that work in that world that have been like, you got this one, buddy.
Right,
I'm certain of it, and I'm like, I'm not taking your word on it, because I will figure it out, and if I need it, I need to find out. You know, I don't want to be dosing myself up and for just the sake of it. I'd rather try and fix my life into a system where I can build healthy mechanisms to deal with whatever the personality I have is, and not necessarily see it as a disorder, but maybe there was probably a benefit in having some sort of evaluation. But I'm sure if I had something, I'd have known by now. But I think the like talking is a massive thing for me. I think it's just massive, and it is this exactly how you say it. You get a grasp on it, don't you? And you can just be like,
that and journaling. I'm big on that. I need to be more consistent with it, because I'll have a week where I smash it out. That's solid. Writing down what you're grateful for, what the positives of the day have been, what you're looking forward to. That's really nice when you get in the flow with that. But also, like, for me, like, there's different like unhelpful thinking styles, and one that I definitely do is catastrophize. Smallest thing goes wrong, it's a big thing. I can be very, very hard on myself, and I need to I know I need to work on just give myself a bit of a break, because I'm trying.
I'll notice it in you sometimes. I think I could see it in your face if we were doing something as like a collective, if we were filming something or making something, and it starts to not work out. I can see in your face that you're affected by it. Yeah, and I try my best to kind of support you in it, and kind of like, because I do the exact same thing. Sure, but I do it in a different way. Right, I'll give up. I'll be like, it's fine, it's done, and then maybe 2-3 weeks later, I'll think about it. I'll be like, oh, I was supposed to do this thing, or I'll push things aside and push it down, because my coping mechanism for a while was kind of just forget about it. But then it can creep up on you. I think a lot of the time you have to enjoy the process. Yeah, it's massive. It's so important. Yeah, because I've only recently, in the past like year or so, figured out how to enjoy the process. Yeah, and kind of be like, I'm 24. I wanted to be an actor since I was 14. Yeah. 13, 12, around
since you were wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Since I wanted to be a Power Ranger at 5 years old, I've wanted this thing. Yeah. And there have been hurdle after hurdle after hurdle where I haven't, I didn't go to drama school. I could have auditioned again. I didn't apply for an agent. I haven't built myself a show reel, Yeah. But these things are things I have to do now, and I have to kind of think, okay, I put my dreams on hold because of this, that isn't necessarily the end of the world. Yeah. This, that is done now. What have I learned? What have I gained? I've made friends that I wouldn't want to ever live without. Yeah. I've been in situations where I've helped friends out of really bad situations where if I was at a drama school, I wouldn't have been there. Yeah. God knows what would happen to some people that sometimes I was there to help, and I wouldn't say save, but there's been moments where it's been like, oh my God, this is my friend's in serious trouble, and they haven't told anyone, and then they told me, and I've been blessed with that. And obviously, being Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, if something is burning a hole in you, go and tell your best friend. Go and tell that one person that you think you can trust, even if you're not 100% sure. Just go and tell them.
That's what we're there for, isn't it?
100%, because like the moment you hear it, you've got to help your friend, and we all know that, because you can all think to yourselves now that you've got a friend that you turn to, even a colleague, a professional, anyone, just turn to them.
Of course, that it's very good to speak to your mates, but
a professional is
like if you were to come to me with things, or I was to come to you with things that genuinely I'd need to be pointed in the direction of someone that could actually, is trained. It's their job to help. Right. I think, as nice as it is that you're there to listen, it's not your responsibility to. No. Do you know what I mean?
That's a big thing. Yeah.
You can. It's like it's a big step for me to come to you to talk about something, it's not up to you to deal with whatever I've just told you.
The consequences.
Yeah, you can say, like, thank you so much for telling me that. It's taking that first step to tell the first person that is always the biggest one. And then it can be pointing in the direction, figuring out what to do next. If that is going and getting help elsewhere. With what we'll do, if this is on YouTube and whatever, we'll put a bunch of links.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it's their people's job to help with this sort of thing.
There are emergency services there for a reason as well.
Yeah.
And it's never. It's suicide is a short-term solution. No. What is it? What's the term? Oh, what is it? It's like a short fix for like a. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
I
doesn't
can't say
I can't remember what the quote is. I don't want to mess it up too much, but it's not the answer for whatever it is that you're thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
And it can feel like the answer for something small.
Mm.
It can feel like the answer for something big. I'll go as far as to say that I have stubbed my toe before. And I was in a bad place. I stubbed my toe. I was getting better. And I stubbed my toe. I went, I want to fucking kill myself. I was like, that hurt. I was like, what's the point? If I could just walk about banging my toes on stuff. And then I kind of laughed to myself and I was a bit like, damn. That's where I'm at. You know, that's kind of like, I was like, is this something that goes on in the world? Are we just going to sit by and accept people banging their toes on stuff? You know, but the point that I'm trying to make is that what you're feeling can be solved.
Yeah.
And what you're going through can be solved. There is never a situation where it's the answer. You know?
For sure. I like the I don't want to butcher it, but it's, I'd rather listen to you tell me, I'd rather have, you know the one, I'd rather
have you cry on my shoulder than cry at your funeral.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit and listen to you talk for hours than listen to someone speak at your funeral.
Yeah.
I'd rather, you know, walk around 1,000 parks than have to put one handful of dirt on your coffin. It's, you know, I would, there are 1,000,001 things I would rather do than see you go. And that's the truth. And, you know, yeah.
You said that much better than I could have. I was trying to spit it out.
I've said it. I've said it to people, you know, and I mean it.
Yeah.
And we all mean it to each other. But you've got a friend in us. You've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
Though the roads look love tough ahead, and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me. Randy Newman. Poetry. Some of them folks might be coping mechanism. Minimalism.
We can, I don't know if we want to make it a theme of just touching on some stuff throughout the course of this month.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good
productive.
idea. I've heard some quotes recently that I've been loving.
I think let's end with those quotes.
I'm up for that. I mean, how would you rather about? Would you rather run at 60 miles an hour or fly at 10 miles an hour? But we can save that. Would you rather fly at 10 miles an hour or run at 60 miles an hour?
Run at 60, next.
But if you fall over, you're travelling along the ground at 60 miles an hour, Cameron. Fly at 10 miles an hour, you're getting into any festival, any window of any building.
Okay, fly at 10. You've convinced me.
Yeah, but how quickly would you get places if you could run at 60 miles an hour?
Carl, we were going somewhere.
We'll go back.
Okay. I would. Yeah, I think fly at 10 is a good idea.
Fly at 10.
Yeah.
Where's the first place you're going?
Up, taking my camera, getting some good drone shots.
Banging.
You?
Well, if you can fly at 10, I want to fly at 10 too.
Valid.
Yeah, I've always said fly at 10. And the people that say sit front at 60 are like, yeah, but you can get so many. Don't care. What if I fall over? I'm going to hurt myself.
Fair.
I don't trust myself to run at 10. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Hit me with some quotes.
So I saw a quote on TikTok yesterday of this guy. I don't know if it's a quote from somewhere else. But he said, being lame in the eyes of someone you'd never want to be is nothing but a success. And man, if I'd have heard that when I was in high school, I think I'd be in a very different place right now. A lot of the things I did and a lot of the ways I acted was because I wanted to be seen as something I wasn't and be not lame. And the moment I started being a little bit more lame, the better things started going for me.
Yeah.
The more success I had in my work and my career.
Just being you.
Not you calling me lame?
No,
I'm
just,
joking. But yeah,
Yeah.
the people that are calling you lame and are calling you like the people that think you're weird, you know, are not the people you want to be,
Yeah.
and they're not the people you want to impress. You know, if you're in high school and all your mates drink and smoke, like I drink, I smoke, right? You don't drink, you don't smoke. I don't think you're lame for that. But if someone thinks you're lame for not drinking and not smoking, they're not your mates.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Why would you want to? You
Yeah.
don't want to be their hero. What
Yeah.
What do they want?
Yeah.
Someone that could be like, Chucky Lee's.
Yeah.
He's gonna drink 14 beers and piss himself, and we're gonna draw our cocks on
Yeah.
his face. That's not what you want, man. So being lame in their eyes is nothing but a success to
Yeah.
you.
Sound.
And when I was on the playground with long hair, you know, trying to kick a ball about, you know, but I also did drama, and they were like, "Did you want drama, kid?
Yeah.
What musical singer? What were you, Macbeth and Macbeth? You're a bit weird." And I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this, you know.
The one
I
I
wasn't
love.
trying
The one I love. Kind of off that.
to.
Is like, imagine your 7-year-old self saw you now. How cool they'd think you are. You're telling your not that a 7-year-old me would know what a podcast is, but once I explained it to him, he'd be like, "That's cool. You got a podcast. You're trying to be an actor. You are an actor. That's cool." Like when I first decided I wanted to be an actor, whenever that was, if I could go back and be like, "This is us now. We're still going for it. We've not given up on that." Solid.
Yeah, I do like that quote. I think maybe I'm a little bit
I've
more
butchered
depressed on it because I'm like 7-year-old me would be like,
Yeah.
dude,
You're not a
where's
Power
the
Ranger.
yeah, where's the helicopter? Like,
That's
what is
true.
going on?
That's true.
Where's Katy Perry? Where is she? She's a West Ham fan, Carl. What's gone on?
Yeah.
No, I do think that like I had very high expectations of myself when I was like 10, 11. But yeah, I'm 24. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm not old. I need to keep remembering that.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is when you say like, "Oh, I've missed out on this, missed out on that," and to someone who's like in their 30s and 40s, and they look at you, they're like, "You are taking the piss."
No, yeah.
And then the people in their 50s and 60s are like, "But
You're
you're taking that."
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we've got so much ahead of us, man. So
Mhm.
much is coming.
Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the bloody journey.
That's what I need to do.
I've got one more quote for you.
Hit us.
I saw-
End us with it.
Another one from TikTok. So this is all plagiarism, but they've definitely stolen it from somewhere else.
Oh, sure.
Fear is a mile wide, but an inch deep. So it's this massive expanse of scary stuff, and you're looking at it, and it looks huge, and it looks intimidating, and then you step into it, and it barely touches your ankles, and you're walking, and it's done.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover you. It might dampen the bottom of your shoe,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. It's nothing compared to what you think it is.
Unless you're seeing the Bye Bye Man in cinemas.
Yeah, which in
Then
which
now-
case, yeah, that's at least 3 or 4 inches deep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Because the film's done. The film's
'Cause
done.
So much of what
Oh mate,
we could keep going, but
we can if you want to. I mean, it's 1 hour
it's
10, but it's bedtime. To be fair,
yeah.
to the people at home, it's 11:15.
Yeah, we should wrap it.
I've got
But
to
yeah,
be
so
up
much
soon.
of what's stopping you from doing something is not the physical limitations,
Of course not.
but the limitations that you impose on yourself. Thank you. You thought I was feeling you?
Let's get it.
Should we leave it there?
I think so. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
Of course, my pleasure.
Yeah. God, that's been a ride, isn't it?
I've enjoyed it.
From Harambe to talking about mental health experiences.
I think that's quite a logical.
Yeah, so to summarise, Carl makes bad Halloween costumes. Cameron's mum's been possessed by Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Christmas songs bang. Halloween is over. And this is a moment to say, this month, look after your fellow friends, male or female.
For sure.
Or anyone of any gender assignment or, identification.
Look out for yourself.
Look out for yourself. Look out for each other.
See you next week.
See you next week. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace.
Love.
Rubber gloves.
Love.
Peace. Peace.
Bed sheets.
Thank you. Good night.
Ta-ra.
I love you, bro.